Good afternoon. I'm Landon with Merman Press. Today, we're going to talk about some more of my hobbies. I know some of the past videos have been a little serious. Finally got some time to film, and I was going through my library. When I say library, I'm more of a collector, okay, of gaming material. So, most people, especially after recent shows and stuff, know about the existence of Dungeons and Dragons, okay? I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since I was in the military. When you're a bunch of young men and women and you get bored, you play Dungeons and Dragons. Huge dork on the inside, okay? I wanted to get some of my more warrior-centric games out just to show you that there's more than just Dungeons and Dragons out there if you've not dipped your toe into the pond. I have a stack of books here. I'm going to go through them from my most fantastical to my least fantastical and more realistic games. Give a little synopsis of them. And if y'all like it, I will do appendix ends on everything in here, especially if I've played it personally. So let's just get started. First thing I got is Gaslands Refueled. This game is super fun. You can play it with your dining room table and some Hot Wheels. All right, if you got kids, this is a fun game to play. There is like a more kid-friendlier version, but it is fairly easy to play. You need some dice, you need this book, and you need some Hot Wheels. That is it. The rest of it you can make with salt shakers and pieces of notebook paper. Okay. Post-apocalyptic vehicular combat. Think Mad Max. This is what this is, right? You push your cars around the table, they got flamethrowers and machine guns and whatever, and rams, and it is a race most of the time. So think Death Race or Mad Max. That's what that game is. I've been modifying some vehicles for this. It takes up a lot of my hobby time. Super fun, right? To put into your mix, okay? So Gaslands Refueled, super good game. Next game, Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game. So is this. There's another game called Call of Cthulhu. If you know anything about H.P. Lovecraft, the author, a lot of his mythos bleeds into this game through Call of Cthulhu. This is Delta Green. This is a modern-day retelling of Call of Cthulhu where you play investigators that are investigating the mythos and, cults and demonic artifacts and things like that, and ancient elder gods. Super creepy, scary, really fun, otherworldly concepts. This is a great exploration if you wanted to just see what different kinds of writing there are out there. A good fiction base with this. If you like H.P. Lovecraft, you will be well familiar with everything in this game. Most of your players, it's run by a dungeon master or handler. This is the handler's guide. You run a secret part of the government called Delta Green that helps fight the mythos and protect mankind and the earth. Super cool world this is set in. I highly suggest people look this up. Not enough people know about Delta Green, so I love this game. This game is so fun to play. It's very fun to read about and develop on and make scenarios and characters. Typically your characters are some kind of like alphabet soup government agency type, or like a local sheriff or a news reporter or things like that. Super fun game. Call of Cthulhu is the same way, except Call of Cthulhu is set in the 1920s, around the time when H.P. Lovecraft's books were being written. So, these last few books I got. This is delving way more into realistic tactical combat. I don't know. There's one of these games I would definitely use for a training tool because it was developed as one in the beginning. The other games is very good to show people going into the tactical space about how things work in kind of urban modern combat and how you would want them to move and play around and be part of a unit. They also show different strengths of different units, like a saw gunner in a unit, or a sniper, or just a general assaulter type, or showing that the one guy that has your breaching tools, if he goes down, someone has to get those to breach this door, so it's teaching unit cohesion. So the first one I want to talk about, Spectre Operations. Spectre Miniatures online, they developed this game through another studio. They're writing a new book now. I pre-ordered it already, and it comes out in a few weeks. But this game, super realistic, super fun. This game separates units, like if you're fighting Navy SEALs versus militia, or police officers versus criminals, or trained criminals, like expert criminals, right? You can sit, and it makes their skills go up or down. It makes them good or worse in combat. There's vehicle combat. There is everything in here. They have thought of everything. Undercover operations, everything. And the new book is even more encompassing. So Spectre operations, love this. And the miniatures they make, this is a picture of them, are super, super detailed. Definitely look into Spectre miniatures. They're out of the UK. The other two books were made in America. It's out of the UK. Super fun. The next one. If you've ever heard of Black Powder, Red Earth, this is their miniature game. Black Powder, Red Earth was started by a gentleman who was making comics. And, well, I say comics, graphic novels involving highly realistic urban, technical, tactical combat in a future private military-run world. And this is the game they made. Super detailed, especially with dealing with grenades and room clearing. This game is typically fought between, like, expert operators versus somewhat expert operators, or vice versa. This is not as ranging as Spectre operations, but much more realistic and much faster to play. The book itself, kind of expensive. The entire, they call it the strike package itself, is way expensive. The miniatures are very detailed. They're all on Black Powder Red Earth's site. Check them out. Super cool. Read the graphic novels. I have a few of them. They are wonderfully done. The art is similar to what is on the front of the book, and I suggest you pick that up. So, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. My hard chargers are going to appreciate these, okay? Hard chargers, if you're still watching, okay? The first one is man-to-man combat, okay? It is me and you. It's not showing our platoon. It's not showing our squad. It's called FNG, Tour Duty. If you don't know what FNG means, it means fucking new guy, okay? I just picked this game up. From what I've read so far, it is hyper-realistic, okay? This game I would put in conjunction with the next one I'm going to talk about. So this is set in Vietnam, and it's to show American Marines or something on a patrol that get attacked by VC or NVA. This is going, hey, Americans, you have a mission. And when you get to the local area, right? The local area of that is what you're doing. The next game, Tacspiel. This is an actual war game developed by actual members of the military, adapted slightly to make it more palatable in a book. This is the region. This is the core mode. This is the area logistical nightmare map scenario. This, Tacspiel, the American Army's wargaming rules for the Vietnam War, 1966, okay? Dr. Curry and Dr. Parla, super intelligent men. I looked them up after reading this. This goes into where your logistics are going, your food trucks, your gas trucks. You put a mission out, your token, let's say, is a platoon. And they are not moving on a table that is full of buildings and whatnot. They're moving on a map. So what they would do during this, they'd war game this platoon going to this area, and on the way, they would have three sides. They'd have the American side, the Vietnamese side, and a referee. The Vietnamese side would say, hey, we're putting people here, 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 and here. This is their logistical assets, and this is their mission for the area. The Americans would say, this is our logistical assets, this is a FOB, this is where we operate out of, and this is where our mission is going to be. And they plot where their units are going to be and where they're going. The referee decides, hey, these two units that are going this way see each other. Or, hey, you ran into their logistical line. What signs do you see? This is a very, very highly detailed, hard to understand, uber nerdy book. and I am ecstatic that I have it. I've been looking up so much about the history of wargaming, especially in the Vietnam era, fighting guerrilla forces and how guerrilla forces are used, wink wink. So I am astounded that these wargame rules popped up. I am a big fan of naval wargaming as well, and the actual naval wargaming that governments have used to test new tactics and ways of maneuver astound me. So please check out some of these books, especially this one if you're into the warrior mentality and trying to decide how deep do I need to delve into tactics and strategy. This is the way to go, okay? You can delve into fantasy to start, or you can go right for the throat, okay? There are so many avenues to take, and I am just so excited that I have these, and I love reading through them. It's a great hobby of mine. I take notes. I develop strategies and campaigns, and I delve a lot of my time into this. It's a very de-stressing thing that I do, and all of you need a hobby, okay? It can't always be guns and bullets and band-aids, okay? Sometimes you gotta have a little fun. Thanks everybody for watching. Patreon is coming, okay? I've created it. I'm gonna throw it up. I'm gonna ask everyone when it does go up, throw $1 in the tip jar. It's gonna help me make these videos, especially for my Appendix N series, buying books and reading them and finding time to read them. I do want to do some shooting videos eventually. I also have a couple long format videos and some series in mind that is going to come. All right, I know I've been sparse lately. I've been working my butt off, all right, and I've been trying to get back here to the table. So stay safe, hug your families, find out what's killing you, go kick its ass, all right? Have a good day.